My name is Mathew Hoffman, he, him, and I am the Director of Enterprise Data and Integrations at Andersen Window. I think how I would describe my job is it is to lead a team of IT professionals that help organizations take their data and turn it into decision-making information. I think I've always been a bit interested in STEM. I had a passion for computers when I was young. And even early in high school, I knew I wanted to be a mechanical engineer when I got to college. And I think, as you can tell by the title I introduced myself, I did not end up in the mechanical engineering, but your career path is not always a straight path. I actually started college and went into a mechanical engineering program, and I wasn't able to keep up with the math. And so I ended up switching over to a business program, and that's what I graduated with. There's a really interesting sort of sensation that happens when you're putting in all this effort and working in a coding language. And I think a lot of developers understand this is when you go and hit run or execute and it successfully performs a job that you've been working on for maybe it's 10 minutes or maybe it's 5 hours, and you get that return that you were looking for. There is a lot of achievement in that moment, and it's almost addicting, I think, for a lot of developers, and it's a lot of fun. The most challenging thing about working in STEM for me, I think, was on my path to STEM. I think the struggling with some of the really advanced math, I think I felt that like I was now, not able to participate. And it was a bit of a challenge for me to find my way back to STEM, but I certainly did. And I think if I had a message for anybody who is looking to enter the field is just because you're not good at one aspect doesn't mean that that's going to preclude you from still chasing your dreams in that field. One of the most important things that representation has played in my career has really been around seeking an environment where I feel as though I belong. And I think the first experience I had with that was about 10 or 12 years ago. I had a project in El Paso, Texas, and I still remember, opening the door to their IT department and walking in and looking across the top of all of the cubes and almost subconsciously recognizing this is a room full of people who are like me. And I think that was a first in my career. Fortunately, it was not the last. But it sort of hit me out of the blue in terms of I didn't even expect that. It sort of filled a portion of my soul that I hadn't even really realized hadn't been full. I've had two mentors throughout my career, both of which started as managers. And when I left those organizations, we continued that relationship and very much so formed into one of a mentor-mentee. And I think they've been incredibly valuable in terms of having someone to bounce ideas off of when you run into a challenging situation. And they've also been incredibly valuable when I'm considering, what am I going to do next with my career? Because typically they have experiences you just don't have any visibility to. And then I think lastly, just it helps with having somebody who has been there before. They can help share some of those stories and give you additional context that allow you to make better decisions.